flaps extended, though exact settings will vary. There are inboard and outboard subsets of flaps which themselves can be segmented horizontally. Slats roll forward from a wing's forward edge and perform a similar function. Spoilers are rectangular planks that spring from the wing's upper surface. A raised spoiler interrupts airflow across the wing, destroying lift while adding copious amounts of drag. In flight, they are used to increase rates of descent. On touchdown, they assist in deceleration. I remember one of my first times on an airplane, in a window seat on a 727 just behind the wing, and how the entire wing seemed to disassemble itself during descent. Big triple-slotted flaps came barreling down, the spoilers fluttering and waving, the slats dropping into position. Magically, almost, you could see right through the very center of the wing, like through the bones of some skeletonized animal, with houses and trees appearing where the sections had slid apart. You've probably noticed that a jetliner's wings are angled rearward. When a wing cuts through the sky, molecules of air accelerate across its camber. As this acceleration reaches the speed of sound, a shock wave builds along the surface, potentially killing lift. Sweeping the wings backward induces a more agreeable, span-wise flow. On faster planes, you'll find a sweep greater than 40 degrees. The slowest have almost no sweep at all. Angling the wings upward from the root, meanwhile, counteracts a lateral rolling and swerving tendency known as yaw. This tilt, most easily seen from a nose-on perspective, is called dihedral. The Soviets, ever the good contrarians, used to apply an opposite version called anhedral, canting their wings downward. The wing is everything. A plane is built around its wings the way a car is built around a chassis or a bicycle around a frame. Great big wings produce great big amounts of lift, enough to get a max weight 747 at nearly 1,000,000 pounds off the ground once it hits about 170 knots. What's a knot? In his essay, A Supposedly Funny Thing I'll Never Do Again, David Foster Wallace is on a cruise ship, where he's repeatedly perplexed by mention of knots, unable to figure out what they are. I figure he was bluffing. Wallace was a math whiz, and the answer is easy enough. A knot, used both at sea and in the air, is a mile per hour. Except it's a nautical mile, not a statute one. Nautical miles are slightly longer, 6,082 feet versus 5,280. Thus, 100 knots is slightly faster than 100 miles per hour. Origins of the word itself go back to when lengths of knotted rope were tossed from a ship to figure distances. A nautical mile represents 1/60th of a degree of longitude along the equator. With 60 miles to each degree, we compute 360 degrees and 21,600 nautical miles of equatorial earthly circumference. Flaps and slats aside, I'm baffled by the other moving parts of a plane's exterior. I see panels that move up and down, ones on the tail that go side to side. When a bird needs to maneuver, it does so by twisting its wings and tail, something pioneer aviators emulated by incorporating wing bending in early aircraft. But airplanes today are made from aluminum and high-strength composites, not wood, fabric, or feathers. Operated hydraulically, electrically, and/or manually via cables, various movable contrivances are fitted that help us climb, descend, and turn. Atop the rear fuselage is the tail, or vertical stabilizer, which functions exactly as its presence suggests, by keeping the plane straight. Hinged to the tail's back edge is the rudder. The rudder complements but does not control turns. Its function is chiefly one of stability, tempering a plane's side-to-side swerve or yaw. Some rudders are divided into sections that move together or separately, depending on airspeed. Pilots move the rudder by means of foot pedals, though an apparatus known as a yaw damper does most of the work automatically. Beneath the tail, or occasionally attached to it, are two small wings. These are the horizontal stabilizers, the movable rear portions of which are called elevators. The elevators command a plane's nose-up, nose-down pitch.